So we're back here at Bumble. I was able to get her into the vet this morning. Yeah, that was a rough time, huh, kid? Huh. So she's got hydrocephalus. I'll give you my best layman's description. The weird shape to her skull. It's cerebrospinal fluid. So there's two little fontanelle, whatever, things where the skull plates come together, and for some reason she's producing too much cerebrospinal fluid, and that puts pressure on her brain. So that's why she's lethargic and stuff. Basically, she has a horrible migraine 24/7. So I've been going round and round all day talking to vets and trying to decide what to do. And it's been a tough day. A surgical option is that they do an MRI and then they also do like a CT and something else to where they put a shunt in her skull. And then the shunt is just, it's like a little tube. And the tube runs down under the skin. I'm not sure if it's over the back or then it goes into the abdominal cavity. So the cerebrospinal fluid can drain into there. It's about $10,000. But I know we could come up with that and we could raise that, so that's not really a decision. What I've been struggling with is the fact that, okay, so she's living with this constant horrible migraine now. I got her some meds, but the meds are kind of like putting a Band-Aid on a sucking chest. So she's on prednisone and then actually an antacid thing that I had to go to Walmart and buy, and we have to break it up into like a ton of little pieces and weigh it on this little drug scale to give her some. I mean, that, as far as it gonna help or not, I mean, it's better than nothing. But what I'm worried about is just her being in pain, and then the pain of the surgery, and then I was reading with outcomes, and it's like it was like the 30-day thing was a high percentage, but then it's like as time goes on, the percentages aren't always as good. She's got it congenital, which you can have it to where it's just they're born with it, or you can have it to where it's something that comes on later in life. So she was born with it. And this is one of those tough times in rescue, because it's like, okay, you're making a decision with life, for one thing. And for the next thing, are you making a decision with your heart that's going to put them, you know what I mean, if we do this, is that going to mean that she's going to be in pain for the next 6 months and then die? So I just don't know what the hell to do. Huh, kid? Your little head hurts, huh? Yeah. Your little head hurts. And somehow I bonded with her since yesterday, so that complicates it even more. But I've been reading case studies and a bunch of other stuff, trying to figure out, you're still eating and drinking, huh? Yeah. Still eating and drinking. So her eyes will do this little thing to where they, I don't know if they'll do them now, but they kind of point off to the sides. You can kind of see how she does like this little walleye thing, huh? Yeah, we do this little walleye thing, huh? Don't we, princess? So yeah, I don't know what to do. I want to give her a chance, but I don't want to make her suffer. And I don't want her to become some little Frankenstein puppy, because I can't make the hard decision, which I can't, because if I could have, I would have had her put down at the vet, because that was what the vet said. The vet said, you know what I think, right? And I'm like, yeah. And I talked to another vet, and she said that she's diagnosed it, but she's never had anybody go through the procedure to try and rectify it. So some of the stuff that I found online has more of a positive outcome things, but then there's other stuff. There was one that was like an actual surgical thing that like went from the point the patient came in, and it was like legit written, you know, patient presented with blah blah blah, like what scalpel they used, what kind of suture they used, what kind of tube they used, and everything. That one was more on the not so good side, you know. And then the other part, the part with the money, it's like, okay, we can help so many animals with $10,000, but then what about this one? And doesn't she deserve a chance? So I don't know. I had a couple of people that I sent, like people that either work for the rescue or volunteered for the rescue, and I sent them all the information, and I'm like, what do you think? And I guess what I was looking for was somebody to say, I think you should put her down, or for somebody to say, I think you should do the surgery. But everybody kind of like tiptoed in the gray zone of, well, there's this and there's this. And like, that's the tough thing, because like, I had to put a cat down today. We'd taken a cat in that was injured, and it wasn't getting better, and it wasn't going to get better. So that didn't help, but I just couldn't bring myself to make the call of what to do. So you're still here with us, huh, kid? And the thing is, it's like her head has got to hurt so bad, and there's just nothing that like there's nothing that anybody like around here can do, you know. I mean, it has to be like a place with like a legit neurosurgeon and MRI machine and CT machine, and so, and there's places in North Dakota, but they don't really have it. So it's University of Minnesota or University of Wisconsin. And University of Wisconsin worked with us more price-wise than University of Minnesota did. So I don't know. Oh, okay. What do you think? Can you still have your tail? If we set you down, can you make your little tail strut? Huh? Yeah? Can we be happy little girl for a second and see if she does that? Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, silly girl? Huh? What do you think? You just gonna sit there? Huh? I'm sorry your little head hurts, big doll. She wagged her tail when I came in here. And there's swelling here and here and here, and that's where the cerebrospinal fluid is coming through. But to get into where it's at, to drain it, you have to have, I don't know if it's a CT scan, it's something to where they literally have to have like a live view of as they're doing it. Huh. That's why that one eye goes weird, huh? What do you think? What do you think, silly girl, huh? What do you think? What do you think, silly girl? Is this Mr. Rabbit, huh? Yeah. What? What, baby doll? You're not gonna wag your tail again? Yeah. You gonna come cuddle with Dad some more? Come here. Oh, come up and cuddle with Dad some more. Okay. So yeah, I do not have an answer. You know, because that's the thing. It's like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, you know, Saver will help, and I know you will if we go that route, but it's just like, how much pain are we going to put her through? And I guess that's what my concern is her suffering more, and then it doesn't work and she has no quality of life. But yeah. And the flip side, you know, there's that whole where there's a will, there's a way. You gotta have hope. Give me kisses, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the kiss. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Sorry about the unhappy video. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to decide in the morning. I just want to do what's best by her. And get to it. Why don't you go however's comfortable for you, okay? What do you want to do? You want to stand up or do you want to go down? Or do you want to sit? She likes to lay her head on stuff, which I'm guessing maybe it's something that like equalizes the pressure a little bit. I guess wish there was a way we could make it better, but there's not. So yeah. And sorry, this is a depressing video, but this is the reality of what we in animal rescue go through, and this isn't specific to me. This is all of us across the board, across the world, that tough decision things, and a lot of times, you know, I debated on whether I was going to do this video with her tonight. I debated on doing it last night, and then tonight it's like, you know, because everybody, a lot of people want to see something happy and positive, and you know, hey, there's something to root for, cheer for, not the, hey, here's the shitty decision of life or death thing. But you guys are all kind of like one big family of ours, so we're including you in on it. So, but to recap, the hydrocephalus is basically she's got cerebrospinal fluid on her brain, and the only way to resolve that is a shunt that goes from the brain down into the abdomen, which is about 10,000, which is what the vet said. It was what the other thing said. But you know, then there's a risk for complications with it, like during the surgery, and if the surgery goes good, it's seen a thing to where they had to go in because sometimes the shunts can get clogged. They have like a one-way valve thing, so that the fluid can only go one way and it can't go back the other way. But with humans, shunts, there's a higher infection rate than with dogs and cats, so that wasn't a big thing in the case study deals. But I think they only followed it for like 30 months. So they only followed it for like 2.5 years, and I think the survival rate was like 60% at that point. You want to go down, princess? You want to go down, huh? Yeah. You tell me what you want. You had a rough day at the doctor, huh? Lots of poking and prodding. I know. You were a little trooper. Yes, you were. Need some water? You want the water? So, and for those of you that have had migraines, just imagine like the most crushing migraine you've ever had, but it's nonstop, every waking moment. That's kind of what I'm assuming she's got. How big doll? Can you put Bunny back over? We'll put Bunny back in your corner. And we'll put Foxy. Is that Foxy? Yeah. Is that Foxy? Is that your Foxy toy? Yeah. I can tell you want to play with it. I know. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and continue rambling about I don't know what to do because I don't know what to do. Let's go put you back over on your bed, okay? Oh, there we go, princess. I'm going to change this over to here. Make your bed more comfy? Yeah. So yeah, I'm waiting on a call back from somebody that had reached out to somebody else for me in the veterinary medicine profession to get another opinion on something. And yeah, so I'm gonna wait and see what they say and read a little bit more, process it, and then tomorrow figure out what we're going to do. I just don't want her to suffer. But I don't want her to die. I can't. I'm going to let her get some rest.